Now, a lot of people with reef aquariums claim that they don't have to add calcium supplements very regularly or at all, and claim that their levels are always right. Now, if you've got no coral in your aquarium or hardly any coral, this is not a major concern. If you have got heaps of coral in your aquarium, the fact that your calcium levels are not progressively dropping if you are not adding calcium is a major concern, because it basically means that your corals are not growing. Because your corals should be growing, they should be using the calcium, they should be using the carbonate, they should be using the magnesium for the structure of the coral. And if these levels are not progressively dropping and warranting you to add them weekly, then you've got to look at the conditions that you're offering and wonder why. Because these levels should progressively drop as the corals use them for their structure. So in general, calcium, carbonate, magnesium, and then you've got your trace elements and foods, which are also very important. So this stuff needs to be added on a regular basis, and if it's not needed to be added, the main things you've got to look at is your nitrate and phosphate levels, because if your nitrate and phosphate levels are elevated, it will not affect the fish, but the corals will not tend to grow, they will not tend to colour very well, and over a long period of time they will tend to die off. The hardier species can take quite a long time to die, but ultimately if your corals are not growing, your corals are dying. So you should need to use these things, and if you don't need to use them, you need to understand why you are not needing them. Look at water flow, look at light, look at phosphate and nitrate, and keep inquiring until your levels start to drop, warranting you to replace these elements, and just keep working it out until you've figured out why. There is always a reason.